Hey everybody, it's Shadowstar and Crystal here for another review of The Flash. This time it's borrowing problems from the future. So we get a lot in this episode. It's kind of both a big and small episode. It's kind of an episode where the villain isn't the focus, the story around it is, and the villain's kind of just chugging along the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a one small piece of the puzzle.
It was a good episode for Wally, of course, because it's the first episode since he got his suit and is officially a Kid Flash and doing all that stuff.
Yeah. Unfortunately, when deciding whether or not to put him in, Barry had other reasons. First, he wanted to let the criminal go free because the news article said he catches him, and he thought, well, if I don't catch him, then that won't happen. Then in the end, he came up with a better idea, which was, what if I let Wally catch him, so then the news will say Kid Flash got him? Either way, that doesn't really save Iris, that just changes one word of the news.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like that being on the news does not cause Savitar to kill Iris. Correlation is not causation.
Yeah, I know. Some of these things don't really connect all that well. But to be fair, they don't know everything about what's going on with Savitar.
It's more just they were trying to prove whether or not they can change the future, I guess.
That's a good point.
To prove to themselves that they can save Iris.
They know they can change the future. He created Flashpoint. Just ask the legends.
Yeah, that's the problem is so many of these shows have problems that could be solved just by getting friends from another show.
I know,
hey, let me talk. Like those times in Arrow where we say, oh, Barry could have done this easy.
Yeah, I know.
What if, right now, what he should do is say to the legends, let's get in the Wave Rider, go to that day Iris dies, get the whole team there, and we can get rid of Savitar easy.
Well, maybe that plan would be a bit more complicated than they think. But that's a story for another day.
Well, yeah, based on what we know now, if we just got the whole team together, surely we'd be able to beat Savitar.
It is a bit interesting that, this season in Flash is all about the complexities of time travel. Meanwhile, the Legends are dealing with Speedster. It's like they just traded stories for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a rip-off of last season of Legends of can we prevent something from happening right up until the last minute.
Yeah.
Although, let's not take that advice because they ultimately failed. Or actually, let's take that advice. But anyway, we also have HR being a wonderful HR this episode, but that's the same as always. He wants to make the Star Labs Museum, he makes the Star Labs Museum, all that fun stuff.
Speaking of which, the news said the Star Labs Museum has closed.
I guess it's gonna fail.
Maybe.
Or
Unless
will it?
we change that too.
Speaking of things we've got to change, Caitlin wants to fix her powers.
And the news said Killer Frost still at large.
Well, we'll try and fix that because she wants to get Julian involved now. So now Julian's a part of the team.
Yeah.
But they did say that the vision of the future has already changed, which makes sense. Just the act of trying to change it has already changed it.
Well, they looked up and said, hey, Charles there, he wasn't there before, but what if he was and we just did not notice him last time?
I don't know. It'll be tricky. We'll have to find out because, it is interesting to compare these scenes to when they actually play out. But we'll get to that another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it's all about the time travel. We get all the foreshadowing because, there's basically literally every headline does come into play throughout this season.
Yeah.
Every headline.
Gorilla attack.
Killer Frost at large, Music Meister, an Italian shop closes down, Star Labs Museum. It's all going to come into play in some way.
Joe being honoured at City Hall?
That's a good question. We'll have to find out. Maybe he will. Who knows?
But we also got a new pet.
Oh, yeah. We had a housewarming party and HR had a turtle. Like I said, HR's just being HR.
He also gave it the same name. Little Iris gave her her plush turtle.
Well, who knows how we knew to do that. But yeah, like I said, this episode was all about Wally because it wasn't just Wally changing the future. It was, it's Wally's first day. He's stopping the fire. He's stopping the guy. He's doing all that. He's building a reputation in the world, not just because he wants to change the future, but just he's building a reputation. So yeah, it was of course a big episode
I
for Wally.
really hated that guy that worked with Joe who was saying, "What's he doing just standing there?" Clearly he's shadowing the more experienced person.
He opened the door for Barry.
Yeah, which regular people would not think is significant, but like Barry said, we need to open it at just the right time to get the oxygen to do the thing.
Yeah, so it was still an enjoyable, although they're starting to take after Team Arrow because now they're going to keep secrets from Joe.
Oh yeah, they don't
I
want to
forgot
tell him
about
because
that.
they think he'll go nuts when he thinks Iris is gonna die.
Oh god, it's Quentin and Laurel in season 3 all over again. What is it with season 3 and keeping secrets from the father about dead daughters? Whatever. And then, of course, you got a cliffhanger with a mystery woman who's got a picture of HR.
Yep.
But that's the cliffhanger, that's irrelevant. But yeah, it was a good episode for Wally. Tons of foreshadowing. The villain wasn't that exciting. It's a really tricky episode because it's a case of, like we've said, it's a case of probably on your first watch, you'd go nuts. Like if you were doing a reaction or review in real time,
Yeah.
you'd probably be
It's a lot.
there'd be so much to take on board. You'd be theorizing about all those foreshadowings. Like, I love watching those reactions and hearing them get excited. But if you've seen it before, it's a case of, well, I mean, the Wally stuff's nice. It's an all right episode. It's interesting to see the team, and HR's fun. So, I'll give it just an 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say 8.
Yeah, just an 8. Still good, but not spectacular. On the other hand, what is the next episode?
Dead or alive.
Dead or alive.
Well, that's Iris. She is a cat in a box right now.
You're right. It's Schrodinger's Iris. But anyway, well, we know, dead or alive, we've got our mystery woman. We'll figure out what that refers to. But yeah, this episode was alright, I guess. Flash,
Oh, now I remember what it refers to.
you didn't remember what it refers to?
Well, now I remember.
Anyway, this season's alright. But out of the 4 shows we're currently watching, I feel like it's the one I'm least excited for. Like, Arrow's fun because season 5 is amazing. Season 2 of Legends is great. Season 2 of Supergirl's proving to be better than I remember, and you haven't seen a lot of it. But Flash, we've seen it, we know it, and season 3 isn't one of the better seasons. I mean, it's better than some of the modern seasons, but it's still not as good.
Yeah.
But I suppose that's Flash in general. Like, I don't know, rewatching these episodes, I get less and less excited each time.
I guess so.
I mean, it's the same with season 2. Don't get me wrong, season 2
You
is good.
still gave it an 8.
No, but that's the thing. Season 2 was good, but even still, I feel like as we went through season 2, I realized it wasn't as good as I remember, and the same's happening for 3. But maybe it's just this episode. Next episode, I remember it being fun.
Okay.
So anyway, enough about that. We'll see you next time for next episode. See you next time, guys.
See you next time.